Hello everyone and welcome to the Kat Scrappiness channel. This is Shanna from Shanna Makes It, and I am part of the creative design team for Kat Scrappiness. Today I'm going to be introducing one of the stencils in the new release. It's called Love Blooms. It's a layered stencil. It includes two 6x6 stencils. Now there are two other stencils in this release. One is called Love's in the Air and the other is called Love Doodles. Today I'm going to be working just with this Love Blooms layered stencil. And so you can see we've got the first layer has some hearts, and I'll bring in this black panel so that you can see them really well. And we've got some hearts and some little flowers on here. We've got multiple sizes of hearts, and then the little flowers that are on there. Next, we're going to bring in the second layer, and it includes some sprigs. We've got some thinner sprigs, and then we've got some fuller sprigs, and they're just kind of tossed about the stencil, and they're going to line up nicely with the hearts that are on the first layer of stencils. So we'll just lay my rubber mat down, and I'm going to bring in some just card panel. Lay a little tape down there so I can stick that down on my little mat, and I'm just going to lay my first layer down. Now this first example is just going to be a real simple example. I'm just going to bring in one ink for this layer here, and I'm just going to use a blending brush, and I'm just going to blend very nicely all over this stencil and just keep it kind of simple. Now this stencil is good and sturdy. It doesn't have any fine pieces that you feel like are lifting up when you stencil, and you don't feel like you have to be careful. You can kind of make quick work with this stencil. It's good and solid. I really like it. It was very easy to stencil with. And so just finishing up our pink layer, and we'll just do our little reveal. And you can see I'm going to lay that in some water. I like to clean my stencils right away. Bringing in layer 2, and I'm just going to get it lined up and position my sprigs around my hearts. And you can see the pattern on there very easily, and it's easy to line up. And then I'm going to bring in a second color. I've got my purple blending brush there, and I'm just bringing in a purple color. And I'm just going to get it laid down. And the same, this again with the sprigs, it's not hard to blend on. It doesn't feel like it's lifting. You're not worrying about bending your stencil. I like that. Some of the finer ones you have to be careful with, but these you can just blend away, and it makes quick work of it. So let's just do our reveal of our two colors. And this makes a real pretty pattern. I really like it. Very simple way to do it. And then we're gonna, they cleaned up nice. I put them right in water, dried them off, and I'm ready to use my next set of colors. So I'm just gonna do the same thing, lay them down. Now this one, what I'm trying to do a little bit differently here, just to kind of show you another technique, is I'm gonna go light to dark. I'm gonna start light at the top of my panel, and then I'll just go darker as we go down the panel, just to kind of have like a little ombre look. It's very light and simple. So just taking that, I put the first kind of at the top portion of that color light, and then I went a little darker as I went down the page. And then I'm going to bring in another color, and I'm going to start light with it. And then the next layer, I'll just go darker and darker as I go down the panel, just to kind of make a little ombre look. And there we have it. So we've got light to dark. And now I'm going to do the same thing with a second layer of the stencil, only I'm going to just use one color for it. So I'll just start off real light, and I'll go heavier as I go down the panel. And I thought these two colors looked nice together on this stencil. And we'll just blend a little heavier and a little heavier as we go down. And hopefully I'll have a nice ombre technique when I get done with this. And there we go. So let's do the reveal of this. And I think it looks really pretty. It's real light and just really pretty. Now I'm going to take that blending brush that has that darkest color on it, and I'm just going to blend around the edges and just create kind of like a silhouette in the center of my card. So I'll just take that and just blend. I think I'm grabbing a little bit more ink. It wasn't as dark as I wanted to, and I'm just kind of blending around the edges and creating a lighter in the center. And I think that's really pretty. So we'll clean up our stencils and we'll do one more technique. Now this is going to be a little bit bolder. I'm going to bring in a piece of black paper from the Love Doodles black paper pad, and I'm going to lay my stencil. I'm just using the first layer on this. And here I'm just bringing in some pink shabby glitter mousse from Kat Scrappiness, and I'm going to bring in just a little spatula, and I'm going to grab some of that mousse and I'm just going to begin spreading it all over this black paper. And we're going to get a lot of texture and a lot of sparkle out of this. Now I've not tried using mousse before. This is my first time. So you're going to watch me kind of learn how to do it. And I'm just grabbing as much as I need and just kind of spreading it all across my black piece of paper. And this is just going to be a really bold look. It's a little bit flashier than what I normally do, so this will be fun. It is New Year's Eve, and I think I was inspired to add some sparkle to the card when I'm making it. And so I'm just cleaning it up. I'm just trying to scoop up as much as I can, make sure everything's covered, and then put it back in my jar so that I can save it for later. And then we'll just pull off my magnets and do the big reveal, and now we've got, and I'm immediately putting this in water because I want to clean my stencil off, and I'm just using my pick and stick tool, and there we have it. I've got a lot of texture and a lot of shimmer. So you can see my stencils cleaned up really nice. No ink, no glitter mousse. They're just good and clean, and they're ready for future use. So I was real happy with that. And so here's our panels that we created. We've got the pink and the purple, just the two colors. And then we've got the blue, and where we kind of did an ombre look, and then we kind of framed it out. And then we've got our black glitter mousse that is just full of texture and sparkle. And I think they turned out pretty well. So that's just 3 different ways that you can use this stencil. Now let's just look at what I created. I tried to keep the stencil as the star of the show on all 3 cards, but I did bring in the stitched rectangle die set that I just love, and I used 3 layers of it. It's just gorgeous. Love that die. And then I brought in the Flirty Flamingo confetti, and I brought in the Quokka Love stamp set for my sentiment. And then I just added a little bow to it. And I think that turned out really cute. Now on the blue one, again, I wanted the stencil to be the center, but I did bring in the large Cubert quilt background die, and it's just gorgeous. And then I used my stamp set again, but I stenciled over my sentiment, and I just used one of my stencil and ink blending brushes in the gold. It's just beautiful, and it helps you get in when you have just a small spot. So that's my blue card, and I did add some embellishments, some blue diamond rhinestones. And then our sparkly card on the black. I used the glitter mousse, pink shabby, and I took the panel that was on my pink that was cut away, the edge, and I put the mousse all over it and made a frame for this card as well, and just made a frame. And then I used my Quokka Love stamp set, and I put an enamel dot on there and a little ribbon, and those are my 3 cards. All very different ways that you can use this Love Blooms layered stencil set. I hope you like them. Thanks for watching.